Alrighty, how's it going? Is my microphone working this time? I streamed for 2 hours last time without realising it wasn't. Oh, that was good fun. My god. Alright, well, I think I'm good. I think we're ready to go. Let's keep coding some D&D, hey? So, I've been slowly working my way through the spell list, as we can see here. Hang on, let me remove the exit view. So we've got all the cantrips done now, at least to a certain extent. The orange ones are ones that I couldn't finish for some reason or another. I couldn't do completely. I think there's another one like Green Flame Blade that had a secondary character. Oh yeah, Booming Blade. Never mind. Alright, so what we're up to now currently is group by spell level. This one, Arms of Agathis. Luckily it's not behind my head. Luckily I thought to check that as well. But it is a weird spell. Right, so a protective magical force surrounds you, manifesting as a spectral frost that covers you and your gear. You gain 5 temporary hit points for the duration. If the creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes 5 cold damage. And then that 5 number goes up based on the spell slot you use. So I think I've coded most of that spell. There's Absorb Elements. There is Arms of Agathis right here. Okay. This needs to be replaced. This is a resistance effect that's obviously been copy-pasted in from from whatever I got it from. But the problem I think I'm having with this is it's very different from any other spell we've coded so far. So the way we could make this work is it's essentially going to be a spell that on an action adds an effect. It's going to add temporary hit points, and it's going to add some sort of, when the enemy hits you with a melee attack, it takes damage in return kind of deal. The main difference between this and every other effect we've coded is every other effect is based on turns. So advantage effect gets generally dismissed at the start of your next turn or at the end of your next turn, or damage, extra damage effects, or... So my idea to fix this, which is also going to give us the ability to go back and modify a few different other things, like this, is I think I'm going to do linked effects. Nope. So basically, if we have... We'll use this example. So, the Armor of Agathis, or... Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Yep, good. Alright. So, yeah, Mystical Force surrounds you. So basically we could split this into 2 parts and 2 effects. So we can have a temporary hit point effect, and then we can also have a damage on hit effect. If we link those 2 together, then we can create and dismiss them both in the same action without having to relate them in any other way. So my initial implementation of this looked something... Actually, no, I didn't think I had an initial implementation of this one. But normally you would do something like this. But in our case, the damage, the secondary effect, only exists as long as the temp HP exists. So we need some way to relate the 2. They need to be able to talk to each other, or at least have some reliance on each other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a primary effect, and then it's going to be like children. So every effect can have a linked effect, and then when the base one gets dismissed, all its children or linked effects will also get dismissed. And I think that should work. And there's definitely going to be better places to use that, because, like right here, we have a Absorb Elements. Adds a resistance effect based on the damage type, and it adds extra damage on your next turn. So those 2 I could link into a single Maybe. I could almost link those, not into a single effect, but tie them into the same effect. So that I only ever had to call the remove effect once, essentially. It's not as relevant for this instance of it. There's another one. Silvery Barbs. It has 3 different effects, or 3 different advantage effects for attack rolls, check rolls, and saving throws. They all do different things. But they all get dismissed when the first one does. So what you could do in here, instead of adding all of these, you could create the secondary effect, link it to the one above, link this one to the one above, add that to the remove effect, and then that would just propagate through the linked effects. Which again, in this scenario, isn't 100% necessary, since you can just sort of repeat the code. But for something like the temporary HP, the damage effect on a hit is completely dependent on the temporary HP. So yeah. Long story short, linked effects. That's what we're going to try and do. So, how would one implement that? I think we'll start here. We'll remove that. Spell, I also have made this internal, I believe. Not spell, sorry, effect. Effect. Made you internal. I don't want you to be internal, I need you to be public. Yeah, I think so. For now, at least. So, where are we starting? Where are we starting? God, I love not being able to, like, test code and having to just, like, fully fucking brain power it and just try and keep track of everything in your head all at once. Alright, so, we don't need silvery barbs. You can go away. We don't need the can't heal effect. We don't need... Okay, now we're good. Alright, we'll start with the temporary HP. This is going to be the core of this effect. I didn't need to delete that. I needed to copy over some other effect. Which is the simplest one? Condition, probably? Nope. Actually, yes, that is very simple. I don't need to copy that bottom function. Copy that. Put it there. Put it here as well. Yeah. Damage on hit effect. I'll delete the errors, come back in a second to figure out what we're actually going to do. So name, I don't have the set name function here, good. We're just going to go name equals damage on hit. Yes. I didn't do effects on it before, did I? No, I just called them like... Yeah, extra damage. I didn't call it extra damage effect. Cool. Gotta have consistency. And then just delete these lines. They're from the old one. And do the same here. Actually, no. I'm not doing the same there. I'm gonna Control Z that one, and then just copy this one. Copy the one without errors. And then that needs to be temp health effect. Alright, so temp health almost is never round based, right? I can't think of anything that would be temp HP for a duration. I mean, I'm sure there is. D&D is so fucking annoying. We're just gonna keep it like that for now. I didn't spell health right. I didn't spell health right on either of them. Jesus Christ. I'll get there. Did I spell it right up here? I did. Good. Okay. So it's not gonna... The linked effects isn't actually going to be that complicated. The main confusion here is how we're going to implement this specific Armor of Agathis effect. So... what would temp HP need? It would need... an amount. An amount of HP, really. Yeah. And we don't actually have anything in the character for that yet, so we are just going to create a secondary variable, I believe. I think we just do another int temp HP. I'm just thinking, is there times when the temp HP is going to exceed the max health? Because the way you would visualize it is essentially just having like another line over the top of the red one that is, or the green one that is the health. It's like a blue one or something for temp health. Probably yellow, right? Yellow, I feel like yellow feels right. And I don't use yellow for anything. What do you want, Recky boy? Come on, hop up. What are you doing? I know, it's really hot. It sucks. It is 9:20 at night and I'm struggling to keep my shirt on. What are you doing? Are you coming up? Don't just sit there and whinge at me and look like you're going to jump and then not. Are you coming? Well then fuck off. Go away then. Don't just sit there and stare at me. God. Okay, you made me lose my train of thought. Not that I really had much of one anyway. So, if we're going to make that just a private one, we want another function that is going to add temp HP. Which makes sense, because we are also going to need a function that controls, that knows when you run out of temp HP. So, public void add temp HP. It's going to take an int for amount. Jesus Christ, I cannot type. And it's going to say temp HP equals amount, because it's never going to plus equals. So temp HP doesn't stack. So anytime you would add temp HP, you would technically remove whatever temp HP is already there. Alright, so not add, we're going to say set temp HP. And... can I not remove an effect by name? Okay, so remove any existing temp HP and associated, that's not how you spell that, and related. And related effects. That's the one I wanted to do. So we're going to say if try get effect name is going to be temp HP. But I did it with space, right? Did I? That's temp health. So if we get that and we out the effect. Oh, whoops. Not that. That. God, I'm a good coder, aren't I? Alright, so if we have that effect, then just remove it. Remove. Jesus Christ. Remove that effect. Okay, good. I don't trust that yet. I'm gonna keep that line there, but I'm gonna go back to the temp health effect. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think all it actually needs to do is just set that. We'll figure out where we need to remove the old effects, and we'll figure that out in a second. Alright, so character dot set temp HP is going to be the amount. I didn't save that as a variable. Int amount. Sorry, I often forget that I'm streaming when I'm thinking. So I was wondering about like here when we cast it. So like if you already had temp HP, would you just make it so it wouldn't cast this? That we could just set the score to -1. And I think it's probably good to be redundant to a certain level. Actually, yeah, no, I like that. Okay. So anytime we set the temp HP, we are going to remove the previous temp HP effect. No, that's going to remove itself. Yeah, no, it can't remove it. It's gonna have to be something else that removes it. Okay. I need to turn my aircon onto aircon mode. My god, it's so hot. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, wrong button, but oh well. It's not meant to zoom in. That's what I meant to do. Whoop. It's a peg holding my... holding a packet of crackers together. Crackers? Yeah, they're crackers. They're little rice crackers. They're good munchy foods. Because I don't eat too many of them at a time, but they taste really good. And I'm the kind of person that when I get munchy foods, I destroy that shit. Just having a quick Billy. So yeah, temp HP, eh? We're also going to have to add a visual to it as well. What do you want, kitty cat? I know you're back, but I don't know what you want, buddy. You're not getting any more food, and I just topped up your water bowl like 5 minutes ago. Okay, it wasn't 5 minutes ago, it was a while ago. What do you want? Come on, hop up. There you go. Come over here. No, I'm coding. I'm busy doing shit. You gotta keep walking. Keep going. I need my lap. Yeah, I need my keyboard, buddy. Alright. Where am I? Bullfed? Where was I? So... yeah, so adding a temp health effect worries me. Actually, no, it doesn't. It does, fuck. Shit. So I guess we would do it in here. I kind of don't want to do that though, because it means any spell that adds temp HP is going to have to first check. Yeah, because the on effects ad doesn't even get called until after. Yeah, if it doesn't have the effect, then add it. Actually, why does it do that? Why do you even care if it has an effect? I think I'm just going to remove that. Yeah. Alright. So, where do we trigger the temp HP? So, I think we are going to have to do it in the spell here. We're essentially going to have another one down here that is going to be add effects. And the first step of that is going to be remove any current effects, any current temp health effects. Step 1. So, that's easy enough because all we're going to do is say user.remove effect temp health. That I haven't been able to type once yet. Why aren't you happy with that? Remove.effect add, right? Don't have that. God damn it. I literally just wrote this line of code like 5 minutes ago and I can't remember what I did. User.try get effect. See if I have it first. We can search it by the name. God damn it. Yes. Temp health, look at me, ballin', coded, typed that correctly for the first time. Nope, hang on. Yeah, god damn it. There we go, and then that is what we pass into there. Easy, right, so, anytime this gets run, we're going to remove any current temporary health effects. And we're going to add a new one in based on that. Which means, Jesus Christ. Really fat fingering the keys today. Alright, so yeah. Add the effects. Now, we're going to add the temporary HP. Easy. We've already made that over here. What would it do on remove effect? I mean, it would get rid of the temporary HP that exists currently. I guess, yeah, no, fuck it. We'll just say temp character dot. Wait, I can't set temp HP. Can I? Yeah, I can set it to 0. Like that. And then when we set the temp HP, we'll also update some sort of visualization that we don't have yet. Lovely. Alright. So that's the temp HP effects, I think, done. Now the confusing part is we want to link that to the damage on hit effect. So if this exists, then this exists. Since this is a weird spell that kinda requires that. So, we're going to create the effect here. Oh, I can't even call that. Okay, fine. We're just going to rename. We're going to replace this. Effect equals new temp health effect. And it's going to go for a negative amount of turns. And add that amount of HP. Okay. We could actually add that effect to the character. In this case, we're not doing any of the sort of... Where's something with an effect? Here. Like, we're not removing it on an attack roll or removing it on a check. So I think we are just creating the effect, adding it. and then it removes itself when it runs out of temporary HP. Well, we'll have to code that, but I think that's more or less how that one's going to work. I think. Oh god, just confusing myself, aren't I? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so the damage on hit effect. It needs... I was going to say a damage dice, but it's a set amount, isn't it? Yeah, creature takes 5 cold damage. It's just a solid number. Yeah. So I think we just go int amount. Jesus Christ. Amount. Like that. Jesus. Little bloody spider crawling up me leg. Good old Australia. It's actually insane at the moment. I can't walk outside more than like 5 friggin' meters before I walk through a spider web. They're just everywhere. You get tangled in them every single gap you walk through at the moment. Even things that aren't a gap. I walked up the veranda to go talk to my grandma after talking to my grandpa at one end. I walked further up the veranda after she had and walked through another cobweb. 5 minutes after she'd walked up there. Like, it's crazy. But alright, stop telling stories. Keep coding. What are we coding? So we need to add damage on hit, and it's when the character gets hit that we're going to damage the enemy, so... We're just going to say character.enemy not enabled, enemy. Try and damage them. Okay, the only means of damage we have require rolls. We're going to have to create a new damage function that just allows us to actually do a set amount of damage to a character. Fun! Where's that at? Here, damage. In the character. Hell, we've nearly made it to 1,000 lines on the character script. It's getting a little bit out of hand. I feel like I should do something, but I don't know what. What am I looking for again? I totally just forgot. I absolutely just lost everything I was trying to think of. Ah, we need a new damage function. That's why I was going all the way up the top here. Oh no, I removed the, as an interface, because interfaces are stupid when it's only 2 people. I remember now. What am... Fuck. I code so... I can't test anything, so I've coded so much in the last like 2 or 3 days, and I haven't even been able to hit the play button. Not really. Alright, I need to go... Where am I going? Down. Health. We have 1 damage function, 2 damage functions right here. We need to add a 3rd one. Doesn't the damage roll know if it was a crit? No. Never mind, I thought the damage roll knew if it was a crit. It knows the total, max, and bonus, which... Yeah, no, that doesn't hold the crit information. Huh. Alright, so we need to make... We need to be able to do a set amount of damage But it also can be resisted, I'm imagining. So... I need to split this function up more. Okay, how do we begin to split this up? So, the damage calculation gets done there. Checks if it's resistant, vulnerable, if it was a crit, whether or not it takes half damage because it resisted. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's copy this. Copy the entire take damage function. And we're going to break a lot of shit right now. So for starters, it's going to just be an amount of damage. Damage and damage type. So that needs... Okay, so the damage and damage type were held in here. That we can just set to false. This we could set to a null, I guess. Huh, maybe I actually could just... Never mind. Maybe that's not as complicated as I was thinking. Public enumerator. Damage, it's going to take in... an int. I think I'm actually just going to pass it in as a damage roll result. It's not going to actually be a rolled thing, but we'll just call it that. And then the take half damage doesn't matter. So essentially it's guaranteed damage, so we'll just call the take damage function from here, right? And then we just need to figure out how to fill it in. So... new character roll result. Which doesn't have an empty constructor. That sucks. We'll come back to that. The damage roll that we're already passing in, and then just false. It's not going to take half damage. Alright, so we just need to figure out the character roll result. Which, probably just create an empty constructor, right? And I can't do that because it's... this doesn't have one. Where are you? Up here. But we're good now. Woo! Also, let's just... like that. Tidy that up a little bit. And we'll bring it up. I like that better. Beautiful. Alright, so that should let us... yeah. Create that. And then that's going to be a yield return though, right? Yeah. I've never done so much with enumerators. I feel like I heard somewhere when I was first learning to code that it wasn't good to use on enumerators, if you could help it. And here I am building an entire game based around them. It's... some part of it feels wrong, but I also don't know how else you would do it. I mean, I do, but the alternate is essentially creating your own enumerator scheme. What are you doing? Hang on, I'm patting the pussycat. Who you can't see. Hang on. You're a big bloody sook, aren't you? Righto, mate. I gotta keep coding. I gotta keep doing the thing. Otherwise I'll forget, like I already kinda have. Alright, so we've sort of broken that. The only thing the character role cares about in all of this is whether or not it's a critical. So that doesn't matter. And the damage roll only really cares about the damage type and the damage amount. Do we seriously never use damage roll.total? Oh, no, right. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, never mind. That makes sense. I'm not going to explain why that makes sense because I already forgot. It's confusing. Okay, so back to wherever we were before, which was this. Damage on hit. We now have a damage function that we can just plug in our own sort of broken damage roll. New... What was it called again? It was called a damage roll result, wasn't it? Yeah. Damage roll result. Sure, I guess I'll set them. So the total is going to be the amount. The max will never be used, so we'll make that the amount as well. Fuck it, no, I don't like that. We're creating a new constructor. Do you need base? Can I create you without a base? Hang on, let me... So could I just do... Jesus Christ, why is this so confusing? I guess we'll just do roll, right? Oh no, I can't do rolls. Roll. Hang on a second. We'll make this work. We'll make it... Dog barking? God damn it. Why is it every 2 seconds my train of thought gets interrupted by either a cute cat or an annoying dog? I really sounded like a cat person saying that, didn't I? Alright, fuck. Where was I up to? Because... my god, my brain is slowly breaking. I've only been streaming for not even an hour, but I have been coding all day. It just at some point I was like, why aren't I live? Why? Alright, yeah, here, where it takes damage, it needs... It cares about the roll. Alright, so we're just gonna, yeah, do that. Here, we're going to say int roll for a single roll. And it'll need a damage type as well. Yeah. Alright, so the rolls is going to equal that with an array of length 1. Do I even have to do that? Can I just do this? Roll. I can. And then the same thing for damage type, essentially. Little bit annoying, but this is probably the easiest way we're going to do this without having to create a separate system for damage. Yeah. So a damage roll result can now just be amount and of cold damage. Damage type, cold. Beautiful. So that works. Except that was dumb. This is the right line, but it's not where the line needs to go. Alright, so that's damage on hit effect. This isn't... We don't need to actually damage it when the effect gets added. We need to damage it on hit. And we need to care about the damage on hit effect. So we're essentially going to go to here where it does take the damage. So the character that's taking damage is essentially being able to rebuke a little bit of damage back on the attacker. So I guess it would just be like at the... Maybe not at the bottom, since it's an enumerator. Where is the nearest weight? It's actually at the bottom. Alright, yeah. So we'll just do it here. Somewhere around here. So when you get damaged, you can do a little bit of damage back to the enemy. Or back to whoever hit you. This damage function really needs to be split up into a few smaller functions. But... Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that like right now. Real quick, we'll do it right now. Help functions. Enumerator. Roll concentration. How do you spell that shit? Nailed it. Take all of that. That needs the total damage. Sick. Like that. Roll concentration is going to put that in. Alright, well that made that considerably cleaner already. Yeah. We'll go here. Alright. Can you tell I don't know what I'm doing? So we're going to say enemy... Do I still have the... Oh, I don't. Damn it. Enemy dot damage. Wait, no, shit. I need to check whether or not I have effects that do that. Okay, let me think for 2 seconds. The more I try and talk and explain my train of thought, the more I do without actually thinking things through. Alright, so I think we need some sort of on damage function that we can add things to. So as long as this damage on hit function exists, then we will add a on damage. Every time it takes damage, it'll do an effect, basically. So we need a delegate. We need a delegate event. Not a delegate, we need an event. Fucking dogs, man. I know, they're stressful, aren't they, Racky? God, assholes. That one actually made me jump, like... Who's barking at? Actually, when Marley barks, it vibrates my whole van. I actually felt the van vibrate then. As she's too big of a dog. Alright. So right here is when we're going to call on damage effects. Now on damage... Yeah, on damage effects. Do we not already have a pickup here somewhere? Effects, play, kill, roll, con. No? It's up here, isn't it? Yeah. Reaction to damage. Alright, yeah, no, so I don't... we need a new set of D&D actions that get called on attack. Maybe. Wait, no, how do we do it? Does it need variables? It probably needs variables, right? It needs a damage amount, needs the damage type, needs... No, it doesn't, no. Shit. Okay, I think maybe I have something. Maybe. So I think I messed up before. That there, where does that get called from? That gets called from here. Or no, it was getting called from here or something like that. Oh no, it was getting called from here. It was there. Right. That, I want to add that to an event, to a delegate. So on effect add, we're going to add that. Hang on, add that back in over here. Keep it there. I need it. Also, YouTube says I have 5 people in a coding stream. That is by far the most it's ever rocked up to a coding stream. They're boring as fuck. I'm surprised anyone's here. It will be cooler eventually once I can actually start getting, once we get back to the testing. My god, my arm's sweating just because you're leaning against it. You, just a little heat sack, my boy. A little heat sack you are. God. Making me sweat. Right, I need an action. So. It doesn't need a variable, does it? No. You. Not really, we can just call this as a function. And all the information is going to be in here. Which is good. Don't worry, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. I'm a dumbass, but I'm nearly there on my thought process. Hey, don't bloody stretch out and claw my nuts. It's not nice. Not very nice. Ha! Fucking hilarious. Alright. I am getting very distracted. So, you are going to be on damage action. And it's actually not even going to be that. Boop. It's going to be one of these. It's just going to be an action and it's going to be on damage. Like that. Sick. Which... Stay there for a second. On damage It's not really an action. On damage effect. That's definitely more accurate. You're not going to have that. What did I call it again? I'm forgetting. Wait, no, I don't have to do that. Oh. I'm getting too tired. It's getting late. My brain's starting to fry. I'm falling apart. Right here. On damage, question mark, invoke. Anything that happens on damage can just subscribe to this function right here, and it'll happen after it takes damage. Why are you mad at me? Oh, because you're not yield returning anything. Right. Sorry. Forgot to wait for the concentration roll. So then this, which actually needs to be modified to be a damage type. I know I did that last one. That one I want to do. I cannot type right now. Sick. Alright, so damage type, damage type, damage type. Now, on a hit, we need to do this, which all we need to do is say character dot on hit, on damage, plus equals that function. You don't like that? No, because you're not a function, you're just a line of code. You need to add a little ternary thingy-majiggy. Is that what it's called? Ternary? I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's a lambda expression. I'm just wrong. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I just sort of do things. But that means that as long as this effect is in existence, it will do damage every time the character gets hit. Based on the amount and the damage type. That damage can also be resisted, as it should be. Okay, good. So, if we go back to the Armor of Agathis, where it adds these effects, what we actually need to do is we're going to rename this. We're going to call it the main effect. Which actually didn't... I know what I'm doing. Yep, the main effect. And the main effect doesn't get added straight away. It is going to be followed up by a secondary effect. So first is the temp health. Then we're going to do the damage on hit. And then we're going to link those two together. Secondary effect. Equals new damage on hit effect. Not limited by turn count. It's going to be the amount of the temp HP. And it is going to be of type cold. Alright, so we have two effects now. We need to just say main effect dot linked effect equals secondary. And then we just need to modify this add effect to ripple through the secondary effects. I think that's gonna work. Ah! That's how we do it. So, I was wondering how we delete them. So what we'll do is when we add an effect, we're going to say, actually we'll do it after we finish initializing this, so we'll do it at the end. Character.add effect linked effect. So that will continue to ripple. So for every linked effect, we'll do the same thing. And then on remove, that's the visual effects. But we do then want to look at the next, the linked effect, and then remove it. So this actually needs to be added to every, whoops, to every effect we currently have. So shillelagh. See, the rage is another one of those things that has so many different effects that you could probably just link them all together with the way that we've now coded it. So instead of it being a rage effect that has a bunch of different things, you could just have a resistance effect, a damage bonus effect, an advantage effect, and then a concentrate effect. Like, you could link them all together. Though that's probably redundant, right? I don't know. Who feckin' knows? What do you want, Racky? You coming back up? Have I ever told you you're a bigot? You're a bigot. Have I ever told you you're the biggest pain in the ass? Is what I was going to say. My racist little kitty cat. God damn. Oh, I was gonna say minus die from roll doesn't do anything. Never mind. It's one of those effects that gets checked based on what's happening. Something triggers it, and it checks to see if it has it. What are you doing, buddy? If you want to hop up, come up. Jesus. You're a pain in the ass, my boy. Graceful as ever, aren't you? Okay. Where are we at, buddy? I called you muddy there a little bit. Hey, I need my hand. You've locked my arm. I need that back. Where are you going? You're not allowed up there. It's just a pile of clothes. I need to clean my room. Oh. Can't see shit with that camera. Yeah, go sit over there. That's your spot. There's a reason for that. Because you actually fit there. Alright. God. Distractions, eh? Add player, add, I don't know what I'm doing. Remove effect. Oh, we gotta be nearly there. I mean, we are nearly there. There's not many effects. It's better than when I had to do this the other night with every single spell that I've coded. I've done a few of those. Was it every single spell I've loaded? I feel like it was more than that. Maybe. Maybe. Sorry, I was just laughing at myself for the fact that there is a weird part of me that gets nervous when people rock up to coding streams. I don't have that with gaming streams anymore. Like I used to. But I get weirdly nervous. I guess it's just because coding streams are hard to make entertaining. Though I'm almost entirely convinced that the 8 people that are in my stream are probably just chilling. Or not watching. Because there's no way that looking at this... I mean, maybe users are entertained by the code. Maybe user is as crazy as I am, and just staring at a screen of code does it for you. Okay. Okay. So I think we've sorted out the linked effects. I think it works. Son of a bitch. We have to go back through all of the lines of code that I just changed, because I didn't check whether or not that even has a goddamn linked effect. If linked effect doesn't equal null, damn it. God damn it. I think we'll do it the same thing on the other one as well. This one will be quicker though, because I don't have to change anything. Yeah. I think I'm good. Again, I've coded so much without being really able to test anything. And it gets a little confusing at a certain extent. I mean, there's a solid chance most of it works. Solid chance none of it works. Pretty sure I've remembered most angles, though. I am actually really looking forward to the testing. Weirdly enough, because there is just going to be so much random shit. Like, almost every one of these spells that we've coded recently. Okay, none of the red ones. They don't count. The ones down the bottom. All the cantrips. Everyone that's green or orange. None of those have been tested. Which means we have some shit to check on. Oh, almost at 16%. And then we have features and races and everything else. The races and backgrounds I haven't done yet. Races, backgrounds, feats I haven't done. And I kind of want to. But I don't know if I will. We'll see. Spells. Back to spells. Alright. So again, I think I've sorted out the linking. Oh, I needed that temp health effect. Son of a bitch. That one. Alright. So, Armor of Agathis here. We create the temporary health effect. We link a secondary damage on hit effect to it. And then we add that to the character. And then... we need to remove the temp HP once it's empty. Sorry, that is the last thing we need to do, and then I think that is done. I think. Yeah, go away, temp HP. That was... Having a function for a single line bothers me. I'm just going to change this to... No! I want that back. Change it. Change it back. Bring it back. Because I want that to update the UI. I'm going to need that. That's going to go there. To do with the temp HP. So we will need that to update the UI. Good. Now we need to just see... Okay, so now what we need to do is actually make use of the temporary HP. So, instead of just minusing damage from health, we first need to minus damage from temporary HP, and then take the remainder. Just trying to think of like what's the clean way to do like an overflow thing like that. My brain is not awake enough to remember. Int. I'm trying to think of the cleanest way to do this. Alright, so... Okay, so if you take all the damage away from temporary health, say it only has 6 and you do 10 damage, right? It has 6 temporary HP, you do 10 damage. It minuses the 6, it minuses the 10, sorry. That takes us all the way down to -4. You then want to do essentially 4 more damage. Yeah. Ah, God damn it. Okay. Actually, yeah, no, we'll do... Yeah, no, we had that right the first time. Temporary health like that will... We're going to make it equal temp HP minus the damage. So that would leave us... Cat fur. Yeah, you're really annoying, buddy. You're really in the road there. Gotta move over a little bit more with you and your gammy leg. Alright, so that being -4, we need to... Essentially, if is less than 0, so if we've taken away all the temp health, then we want to say... damage equals negative temp health. So that way there'd be 4 damage remaining instead of the negative 4. And then we would say... I'm doing this a weird way, aren't I? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, if temp health is less than or equal to 0, then the only damage remaining is going to be negative that. Which can then take from current health. Ah! Fuck, that's the other thing that I needed to do. I need to set temp HP equal to whatever is the smallest between 0 and temp health. No. Whatever is the largest, because that is essentially 0 and negative 4. So we'd want to set it to 0. And then if it didn't take all of the temp HP, say it had 20 temp HP and only took 10, then that would equal 10. Actually, it doesn't have to happen there. That needs to happen here. Oh, can you tell my brain has lost the ability to actually, like, hold information for more than a second? Alright, so we do 10 minus 5. Actually, no. We do 5 minus 10, which brings this to negative 10. Negative 10 gets flipped back around to the 5 remaining health. That temporary health is all gone, gets set to 0. Current health takes away that other 5, and then damage is done. If temp health is equal to 10 and we do 5 damage, then temp health is more than that. Temp health equals that. So if temp health is... that? I think that's right. Ten minus 5. It skips this. It never even gets to touch the health because it still has temporary health. And then it's just going to, yeah, do that. And eventually we'll change this function to include the temporary health. But I think that's it. I think we actually did it. So it's a slightly convoluted effect. But we managed to implement it without having to alter the current setup too much. Or to mess with the current framework. That's actually the worst part of where we're up to with all these implementations, is that it's not simply just like adding a piece to the puzzle. You know, like it's rearranging the puzzle to even find a spot to put it. You know, like, I don't know, it's just a little bit weird. A little bit more complicated than it normally would be. But I believe that works. Oh fuck, god damn it, I forgot literally the most important part of that. Which is, if temp health is less than 0, then we need to remove the temp health effect. Which I think is just always going to be if try get effect. And it is going to be called... I can't remember what it was called. Temp health. Where are you? There you are. There you are. Where am I looking? Here. You, temp health. We want to remove it. Out, effect, effect. And then we just want to say, remove effect. Like that. So if we're out of temporary HP, then remove the effect. We don't need it anymore. And remove anything associated with it. I'm actually gonna... That is correct. But I need to do that after this. If temp HP and actually I really want to call that one. Okay, fine, we'll just call it temp HP, fine. Temp HP is less than or equal to 0. And we have a temporary health effect, then remove it. Beautiful. I think that's Armor of Agathis. Again, we can't really test it because we don't have a character that can cast that spell. So, we need to keep moving a little bit further. I just want to get enough spells sorted, or at least in some sort of state where we can add some more features and then just have like a bunch of basically just have the first level characters to test. And we'll do all the troubleshooting with that all in one go. That may be a stupid way of doing it, but I think it's going to be a shitload quicker than just a lot of copy pasting and then trying to figure out how to get that specific spell into a test condition, and then it's just going to make, I think it's just going to be way quicker to do it this way, even if the testing phase is going to take longer. You know what I mean? I think the more testing, but way less dicking around. But okay. We can now go down to the first level spells. I was just watching the cat, see how he went there. And we can add in... It's not there! Where you go? I put it in cantrips, my bad. It's called first level. I was going to call it level 1, so. That'll fix it. So that was the first actual spell of first level. And it was way more complicated than it needed to be. Armor of Agathis. Am I pronouncing that right? I feel like it's like Agathis, Agathos. I never trust anything anymore. Like, I've always called them artificers, and then I got roasted for not calling them artificers, and I was like, alright, shit, well, I guess fuck me. Woo! We hit 15%. Oh, no, we didn't. That was, sorry. I don't know, I thought... I need to go to bed. Okay, sick, alright. Also, I need to message my mum real quick. Just seeing if she's in her vein. Okay, so what's this one? You invoke a power of Hadar, the Dark Hunger. Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and battle all creatures within 10 feet of you. Each creature must succeed on a strength saving throw. On a failed save, takes necrotic damage and can't take reactions. That's actually an easy one. We already have one that... Yeah, I think reactions are easy. That's... Yeah, that one's actually quite easy. I just feel like I'm missing something though. Oh, shit. Recently closed. Come back. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Warlock. That's all I wanted to know. What spell list was it a part of? Warlock. Wonderful. Volume. Back to 1. We probably only want to cast that as a maximum of like 3rd level. I call it 5th level. Oh, it's a warlock. Yeah, it's always going to be 5th level. Never mind. Is it always? I don't know. I've only played Pact of the Tome Warlock. So I actually don't know if it's always. But that is a new spell done. I'm hesitant. What I might actually do... Oh, sorry. Whoops. Rather than going on to the next spell immediately... Just wondering if it's like worth linking these stats. Like, in this case, it doesn't really change anything. Oh, now I'm getting fresh. Turn it back onto just fan mode instead of aircon mode. Yeah, maybe we will just go on to the next spell. Bloody no one's rocked up yet. I haven't seen Nick or YOLO or... I've never called him YOLO. I've always called him Swag. That actually felt weird. But no, they haven't rocked up yet tonight, unless they're just lurking in the chat, or lurking in the background, in the cut. Just laying in the cut. Where do I even know that phrase from? Is that like a... Am I not meant to say that? Am I too white to say that? Who knows? Real quick, I just want to chop up a Billy. I only have this shitty leaf to smoke, but still, I really want to add. But my god, there's so much left for us to do. Like, as excited as I am to get there, it's a lot. I can't really, hang on. There's too many things leaning against my laptop, I can't. Yeah, I'm streaming on a laptop, by the way. God. I'm so tired. But it's also only 10:30. I feel like I should get so much more done tonight. Though also, I kind of messed up a little bit by just streaming all day and then just not even thinking to be like, oh, maybe I should just hit the go live button. Dumbass. I just kept getting distracted by everything. Why is it also when I do nothing that the stream starts experiencing issues, YouTube? You bastard. What are you doing? I'm literally just sitting here. The cat's going to the kitty litter. He's got me worried. Oh, I already had to deal with that earlier today. Yeah, so... Spell catches upon the incoming energy, these ones actually can't be linked. These two effects, and it is missing something. The resistance effect stays until the start of your next turn. The damage attack, the extra damage, that only remains until the next attack. So I need to actually add that in. There's one more line this spell needs. My god, there's so many confusing parts to all of this. I definitely have missed so much shit. Like when it comes to just everything, really. I have to have missed a bunch of stuff, you know? What are you doing, Racky? Need to get you a new scratching post, don't I? Yeah, you've just filled the mat full of shit, so you don't even like scratching the mat anymore, do you? Because you've walked over it so many times, you filled it with that much dirt. Yeah, so I need to clean the van, don't I? I know. I'm a degenerate living in filth, aren't I, Racky? I know. I'm helping him out right now, actually. He's got a gammy ass leg. That's his foot hitting the floor. The little That was me scratching his neck. He had an itchy spot, but he's got a gammy leg that he can't quite reach up to scratch himself. So I gotta help him. Like I just did. He makes me feel, I swear he does it to make me feel bad sometimes. He'll just like go sit where I can see him and then try and scratch himself with his stupid leg. And then I was like, alright, give me a second, I'll come over and scratch you. Like he'll try and then he'll just look at me and meow and I'm like, alright, I got you. Little cutie. Little asshole though. Right, I'm back. Let me have a drink. God, that shit tastes horrible. Okay. This needs one more line, which is on attack. So we only want that to work on one attack. Been there, done that, seen that story. Yeah, and the other ones... These ones here should be linked. These ones here should be linked. Can I not say... Oh, damn. Okay, linked effects. Equals... Why can't I do... Oh, comma! I know what I'm doing. I'm so smart. That needed a comma, right? Damn, I can't do an initializer inside an initializer? Why not? Oh wait, no I can. I'm fucking learning. And then we do that again. We copy that within itself. With a comma. And then that one's not going to have a linked effect. So roll, check, save. All three advantages, all linked together. And then remove all of that. That's cleaner. I like that. That's really cool. I like the nested initializers. I didn't know you could do that. But alright. What's the time? We're nearly at 11. Oh, we could probably do one more spell, eh? Probably one more. Maybe two. We'll see how easy they are. So first level, oh shit, what are we actually doing? We're going to do Arms of Hadar. Hadar? Hadar? Hadar, right? Arms of Hadar. Hadar! Sorry, I don't know, I felt the need to do that. Come on. Thank you. Okie dokie. What is the closest related spell to this? So it makes a roll. Strength save, do damage, add effect. Save damage effect. Like... Frostbite. Save damage effect. Beautiful. Fuck, I'm smart. That wasn't a hard thing to guess. Almost all cold spells do a damage, do some sort of effect. Arms of Hadar. Beauty. Alright. Give me the description. Beautiful. Here comes the cat again. Ah, Sir Cadigan. That is from Critical Role, is it not? Sir Cadigan? Maybe? Dunno. Actually don't watch a lot of Critical Role. More of a Dimension 20 guy. Though I've been watching, trying to catch up on Critical Role. It's just so fucking much. It was one of those ones where it's like, when I got into watching them, it's one of those things of like, where the fuck do you start? Whereas Dimension 20 is nice. It's just like shorter seasons. What are you doing, kitty cat? Being a pain in the ass again? Yes? You coming up? Oh, you're the best, buddy. Alright. So. How does this action work? Like every other first level spell, we need to do this. Yeah, reactions I wasn't sure how much time to give them. Alright, we need target to make a strength save. I guess it gets a strength save against the... It's not a contested strength save. Yeah, no, it'd be against your spell save. Exactly as it is. So make spell save. Do damage at effect. It's actually at effect, then do damage, even though it says it the other way around in the thing, but still. Okay. Okay. And there it is. There's the framework for this spell. So, strength save. Update the move indicator. Get the other guy to make a strength save. If they fail that strength save, we just need to remove their reactions. So we just need to say target dot reaction has reaction equals false. He'll automatically get that back at the start of his next turn anyway. So the thing we need to organize is damage, which add an extra d6 for each level. And it starts with 2d6 necrotic. So I'm going to get rid of that. D6 necrotic. Two d6 necrotic, and with each level it's got to increase. Also, why am I not doing the get extra damage dice? I don't think I was doing that on... No, this one adds extra damage dice. Arms of Agatha doesn't do damage. Hellish Rebuke does do damage. Oh, it is adding extra dice. Nice, never mind. Silvery Barbs. Oh no, you don't do damage. Vicious Mockery is the one that does damage. And it adds a different spell altogether, so never mind. So we are doing damage. So we need to see... How was I doing it? I passed in the spell level. Got it. Jesus Christ, I cannot type. So passing the spell level there, and add that there. The score is how it decides whether or not this move is worth using. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Just gonna copy this score. Oh shit, that just did spell level times 5. Yeah, so we need to actually figure out damage. And that is going to be score equals roll damage based on the user and the spell level. And give me the total. Okay, so that'll be how it's scored. Now we just need to figure out how to make it roll the right amount of damage. So for every level above first, it adds an extra 1. Like that. Which, as a first level spell, it just means we take this. So if it's spell level 1, this equals 0, not 1. It's an index of the spell level. So at first level, there is 0 extra dice. If it's second level, this equals 1. So there's 1 extra dice. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. That checks out. I think that's just this spell done. I think I straight up just finished this spell. Woo! See, that one was easier. The last one only took us 2 hours. That one was 5 minutes. See, when most of it's copy-paste and we don't have to actually, like, invent new shit, we're good. You don't have a name. Give me a second. I put in cantrips again. God damn it. First level. The cat's leg. Yeah, do you mind? It's kind of really uncomfortable. You're an asshole, you know that? And Arms of Hadar, right there. Beautiful. We'll give that a max level of 5. Why not? We can narrow those in later. It just gives us some level of control over it. Oh yeah, I was watching a video on the chimp war. Fuck, that was actually really interesting. It's another reason why it took me so long to start streaming. It was interesting. I knew chimps were crazy. I didn't realize they were that fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Never mind. Okay. That's it. That is... Quick. Damage. If it makes the save, it does half damage, so it needs to know the spell save DC. User dot spell save DC. And then it needs to know take half damage on save. True. Alright, so Arms of Hadar. It makes the enemy make a strength saving throw. If it fails, then they lose their reactions till the next turn. And we do damage based on the amount, the spell level, and then if it makes the save, then we give it half. Wait, how do we know it made the save? Oh, right, because it counts as a miss, but yep, never mind. Never mind. I have done that. So, that's Arms of Hadar done. I'm confident in saying, fuck off. Arms of Hadar, go away. Bam! Now we made it to 16%. God damn, we're good. Just how small of an amount that is. It's even worse in the features. If you look at all the list of features, there's 924 minus like 8, so like 916. Though a lot of them are like ability score improvements, so these are all the same. They just get done on different levels. My baby's on the level. Fun. I try to read a mind. Alright. We are going to do Bane. What is Bane? Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make a charisma saving throw. Whether the target fails this saving throw... Sorry. Whenever a target that fails this saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract that number from the roll. That's an effect, if I've ever seen one. When you cast this spell using a 2nd level slot, you can target 1 additional creature. So that's not gonna matter. So this will work. We'll figure it out when I get back. I need to piss really bad. I didn't need to switch that. Yeah, hang on, I'll switch that. Look at the kitty cat. You stay there, Racky. You keep him company. I gotta go pee. Ugh. I'm looking at the sun. Ugh. God, you're not very photogenic there, Racky. You're sort of just standing in front of the camera. It's not how you're meant to do it. Yeah, no, you're meant to, like, I don't know, at least show your face, not just up the side of you. Here, come over here. Come this way. Not that way. That's literally the wrong way. That's your ass. Here we go. God damn, we need a better spot for kitty cat cam, don't we? As soon as you stand up, you just cover the entire camera. Also, ignore my food. And unrelated clip seals. Why is there so many there? God damn, I need to clean this shit all up, Racky. God damn. Oh, goddamn and the goddamn, man. Ah. Yeah, keep doing that. That was photogenic for a second there. Almost on camera there, buddy. Got too much shit in this van. God damn, I'm fine. Yeah, just tastes like shit, ain't Racky? Alright. Bane, hey? So it's negative guidance, basically. Hang on a second, actually, I need to double check something. Okay, no, cool. I was just making sure that none of these were concentration, because I didn't code that in. Bane is, though, which is fun. Fun! It's actually easy, I only have to add one line to it, but still. Yeah, so, makes a save, fails the save, has an effect. Easy. Not difficult, just kind of annoying. Only because we haven't made this effect before. It's a unique spell effect that I don't have yet. Alright, so. Bane! What is Bane most like, Racky? Hey? I can't pat you all the time, buddy. I gotta use my hands for some other things. Not that you give a shit. Alright, I think we'll just copy... We'll copy that. Bane. I was born in it. Molded by it. Suck. Alright. So, Bane specifically doesn't want to get a higher spell slot. He wants to get the lowest spell slot. Because it doesn't really have a beneficial effect picking higher slots. It doesn't add damage. It's... Copy the description. We'll start with that. Start like... we can go there. One more. Now I've got level stuck in my head again. Happens every time I read the word, I swear. So, it makes a what kind of saving throw? Charisma save. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. A Riz save, you know? I'm sorry. Alright, yeah, it makes a charisma saving throw. If it doesn't make that roll, then we need to add an effect that doesn't exist yet. How do you score this? Five? I don't know. Spells that don't do damage or heal are so hard to score and compare with things that do damage and heal. Like, if you were to compare every damage spell, you would compare them by the damage they could do. If you were to compare every healing spell, the opposite. Healing and damage, you can more or less compare them together because it is just as beneficial to heal as it is to damage. Mostly. Generally speaking. Like, a buff spell is like, fucking what? I don't know. How do you score a buff spell? Remember having the same problem with Blade Ward, where I just... Like, if you score it too high, then it does it all the time, and it's like, dude, why are you doing that? Anyway. Let us create the... Hang on, maybe we do have that effect. No, damage on hit, extra damage effect. Minus die from roll effect. No, we do have that. Look at that, we do have that. Whenever a target that fails to save a make... Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's concentration, so it's for the duration. Alright. Gotcha. And then other concentration spells, such as True Strike. Right, they concentrate on the effect, not the spell. Got it. I remember how I coded my own game. What are you talking about? I wonder, there is gotta be like thousands of lines of code at this point. Like, I know this one script has almost 1,000 lines of code. Okay, well it does have 1,000 lines of code. Character? Another 800? Every spell's like 50, at least. We've probably done some lines. Anyway. Yeah, we need to add new effect. No. We need to figure out how this effect works and make sure it does work for the scenario we have. Okay. So minus die from a roll. There's no way you have all 6 roll types here, right? No. You've been used somewhere else. Oh. Wait a second. Have we already coded this? Where's the... I should have just double clicked that. I'm an idiot. Sorry, my bad. Roll. Keep rolling, roll. Why does it smell like burning rubber? Who's been doing burnouts? I didn't see it. Can you tell I'm like a very on-edge person? Not on edge, but like... You never know what's gonna happen around here, you know? I swear I smell something burning. Hang on, I have to go have a look. I don't know what or where. I swear I can smell something burning. Hope nothing should be burning. It's fucking summer. I mean, unless Mum's lit a little fire somewhere, but it's also nearly midnight, so yeah. Alright, give me a second. I'm paranoid. Let me go see if there's something on fire. Turn back. No fire out there, but about 400 goddamn cobwebs I walked through. Hang on. It's all up my arms. You good? No? Give me a second. Hang on, I'm wiping cobweb off myself. And probably spider, I don't know. You hopping up? You're just looking at me like a dick again. Just looking at me? Alright, cool. Well, I'm gonna chop this into me mix. What, you little whinge ass? Have I ever told you that you're annoying? What do you want, buddy? Probably wants me to top up his bickies a little bit for him. God damn it, I didn't... I can feel something crawling up my leg. Only a tiny little boy. Tiny little spider. They do be everywhere. It's just the season for them at the moment. It's crazy. Crazy how common they've gotten. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah, while I was on my walk, I managed to get possibly some half decent buds, so gotta try and chop that up. Make I'm all out. I gotta try and make it last. Sorry, I really shouldn't be doing this shit on YouTube. Ah well, who gives a fuck? Ah well. Doesn't really make much difference. And yeah, alright, well what are we doing next anyway? Where are we actually up to that I'm, Oh yeah, I wanted to check the minus from die. Where does that come from? Huh. So I've just added that. Roll bonus from effects. I mean... See, that's not even a good implementation of it, because I've just gone... like, I've just said that there's... It doesn't matter what roll it is, it's just always minuses die from every roll. Which is also not how I want that to work. So, like, minus die from roll... Wait, did I not care if it was the... What? Oh, it does care if it's about the roll type. Never mind. Never mind. I'm an idiot. My god. I may be too tired for this right now. But also, like, this feels like there should be a different way to do that, right? Like, have maybe like an, Come on, you hopping up? Hop it up? Like, maybe we could add a delegate, like a delegate that returns an integer, like make a function that, so like a on dice roll modification effect, right? So that when it rolls the dice, it calls that function that modifies the dice roll, and then a minus die from roll effect would add that. Yeah, it would add that change to a list. You're right there? Why are you sniffing my arm so much? What did I do? You're not hopping on my lap, Bullfed. I'm trying to do shit. God, you're a pest. Yeah? Yeah. I know it's getting late and you want cuddles. Well, I kind of want to chill out too, but I'm really enjoying coding. I really like I like doing this. It's fun. I like the challenge of it. Like, it's very weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm coding different than I normally would. I know. But it's fun. It's fun problem solving. And I think I've done pretty goddamn well to get the code to where it's at. You know, like it's expansive, but it's quite readable and usable. That was actually way better of a bit. Way better. Still tastes like shit, but way better. It's crazy how much, like, we've only been really, like, what's the word? Like, I haven't done a lot of... I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The point was going to be that it's crazy that 7 viewers on a stream is, like, impressive for this channel. And it's also crazy that it makes me nervous, even though none of you are even talking. I'm pretty sure you are either lurkers or bots. Fucking bots. I don't actually care. Don't actually care. It'd be nice if I had someone that was telling me I was an idiot and how to do it better. But that's okay, I'll figure it out. I'll finger it out, as they say. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think I want to try and change this system here. Roll bonus from effects. I think I want to add essentially integer functions. So for a character, action hooks here, where we've got on attack roll, on save roll, on check, on start of next turn, on damage. What if we were to do an on attack roll modification. Modify. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had a scratch. And I wasn't scratching it, he was getting mad at me. Is that better? Did I get it? Have I got it yet? You can't tell, but I am patting him like really rough. And he's just like, more, harder, more. You're a buddy dog, aren't you, buddy? He leans into it like, oh no, I'm busy, I'm still doing shit. I was just helping you out with your bloody itch. Your itch. Okay, can I do type of int? And then that action returns an int, correct? No. Hang on, what's the one that returns hang on, what is it called again? C# action. Oh, it's a func. A func returns a... Action is a delicate type void that returns with a void return type. Yeah, okay. Cool. It's actually delegates that really confuse me. I've used them before, but they do confuse the shit out of me. So we want to call that a funk int. We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it just was funky, you know? Oh, call it attack roll functions. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Attack roll, a save roll, and a check roll. Sick. This is actually way better. I think there's like other instances where we should have used this as well. So for instance, like now, when we process a roll, we say something along the lines of hang on, we'll start. Start on the attack roll. Duplicate that. So we have the original line. We're going to remove that and we're just going to say user dot attack roll functions. How do you call that? Oh, you can't invoke it outside? Hang on. Yeah, go back to that. Attack roll modifier. And it can call attack roll functions? And I can't use that outside, can I? I have to do that inside. I can't say user dot attack roll functions. No. Okay. So I'm right in doing that. Do one for each. Actually, I'd hate that they're there. We gotta move them. There we go. Damn. There and there. Check roll functions. Alright. What's it, like, am I meant to be doing an invoke? Well, we can't question mark that? So does that return 0 by default? Google, quick, real quick. "16 input parameters is crazy. But also, I suppose it makes sense that it has to have some sort of limit. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just going to trust that that can return a 0 and be happy with it. Do we truly know? There we go. Beautiful. Also, I can... Sorry. Didn't mean to immediately cough as I turned the... I was going to say channel, and then realised that was wrong. And then just sort of blanked on anything I was going to say after that. Alright, you... I can now say... user dot... this is a damage roll, isn't it? Damage roll... shit, what was it called again? What was the function called? Attack roll modifier? Sick! Oh, I'm so fucking smart. And humble. And handsome. See, now that can go. Get out of here. That's a weapon attack, which is still true. Do we think it's going to be specific rolls? Like, do we think this is going to be necessary for, like... Yeah, it's probably going to be for, like, melee attacks as well, right? So, in other words, just having attack roll modifier for all weapon attacks. I'm going to say that the attack one can actually have a variable. Possibly. Yeah, and it'll be attack range. I think that matters. I did make this mad up here. Hang on. You need an attack range. Why are you mad at me? Oh. Did I do it back to front? Is that... Oh, it outs the last one. I thought it outed the first one. Why would you out the last one? There we go, now you're happy. Okay, got it. Cool. Okay, yeah. Anyone else confused about what's happening here? Because I am. This is only ever going to be used for melee? Well, I guess we'll put in attack range. Okay, a spell attack roll. Should I specify spell attack versus attack? Nope. Fuck it. Nope. Not right now. Maybe one day. Boop. Saving roll. Which is going to be a save roll. Actually, just type in that. Get rid of that. God, you gotta love it when you actually manage to make a change that does wipe out a bunch of lines of code. All repetitive code, too. I'm so fucking smart. So fucking smart. Alright, you. So when you get added, we need to look at the character and figure out which thing we need to modify. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking about like what I'm actually about to code here. So, we want to have roll type. Just get rid of you. Say case is going to be roll type dot. Oh shit, there's so many more roll types than I thought. I think for now we'll just go like attack, check, save. Do the necessities. So anything in there. Yeah, no, because it's about what we actually have to add it to. Which makes sense. Alright, so we're going to say user dot... Oh, it's character in this one. Whoops. Character dot... attack roll functions. I had this in my brain until like 2 seconds ago. Return... no? Yeah, we need... Do we add an attack range? That works. But it's not turn count that I want. It is going to be... negative D&D utilities dot roll die. Die. So yeah. We're adding a function to the attack roll that minuses whatever die size from an attack roll based on the attack range. I'm pretty sure that that all checks out. I'm pretty sure that all checks out. I really don't know. So check roll functions. Doesn't require that. Doesn't require that. I'm getting tired and this is getting hard. Okay, so... so which one did the minus die from roll effect? Hang on. Which one was it? Mine's liver. You son of a bitch. And subtract 1d4 from the next save you make. Easy. Yeah. It's actually so much cleaner. God, I'm good. So fucking smart. Also, I'm like never removing functions from this. I'm removing items that get deleted, like objects that get deleted that had the function in it, but I'm never actually deleting functions from this. Should I be? Should I be removing null. Yeah, null actions. I mean, this is just... Like, I know I'm going to be getting null oh, I mean, I'm not getting null references because I'm... That's what I'm looking for. Unsubscribe versus null. Well, you're just a pussy. Sorry. I should. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm good. As far as I'm concerned, that guy just told me the garbage collector gets it, and I'm going to trust that the garbage man works. The garbage man does his job. Lazy prick. Sorry. So minus die from a roll. I think that works. I think that more or less works. And then on the actual roll... The only thing I'm unsure of now is the actual, like, adding the attack range. Alright. I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust it. So we need to create an effect, which is going to be, just gonna call it effect, equals new minus die from roll effect. The turn count is a minute, I believe, which would be 10 rounds. Up to a minute, yep. I don't know why I deleted that. It's going to be on attack rolls, and it's going to be minus a d4. Wait a second. When you lose concentration... Yeah, it removes the concentration effect. But you... So this is an effect that's being added to the opponent, not us. But our concentration is still based on it. Like, it's still based on our concentration hold on it. So the way this currently works... We're setting the concentration effect. So do we just have another check that is just like, effect is on enemy? Concentration is on enemy? Basically? And then if it is, then remove that effect from the enemy, not the user. Yeah, okay, that works. That works. Just add another bool. Where's concentrating? Concentration. Concentration is on enemy. Then we go back down to the set concentration function. Bool is on enemy. Like that. And then we just say here where we remove it. If concentration is on enemy. Else that. Just like that. So now we can concentrate on effects that don't belong to the character. Sick. Easy. So we're going to go target dot add effect. We're going to user dot set concentration on that effect, and it is on the enemy. And Bane is also from any... Whenever a target makes... whenever the target that fails this save throws an attack roll. Yeah, so it's not just like the first one, it's all of them. It's any of them. As long as you're holding concentration. Holding conversation. So yeah, the only way to remove it is to lose concentration on it or it run out of time. Yeah. I think that's it. I think we've done it. We've done Bane. Born in it. Oh, we haven't done Bane. Ah, that's right. Set concentration is false. I knew there was one other effect we had to do. I just couldn't remember what it was. Oh, and Shillelagh. Shillelagh. Now watch me whip. Now watch me Shillelagh. Kill me. I'm getting too tired. My brain just says the thing that pops into it. It's not smart or funny. It's just the thing that pops into it. Alright. I believe Bane has been born in it and molded by it. Yep. I can't help but feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. I can't think of anything. I probably am. Oh well. It's more fun just to add it to the list and then test it later. Where are you? Bane. Beautiful. We don't want to cast that at any level higher than 3rd. It's not going to do a whole lot. Since you can't... It's only, yeah. Check out. Spell lists. Which spell lists are you a part of? Bard and Cleric. Bard and Cleric. I made such a sick property drawer for the other spell. I'm so sad that I deleted it. I made a thing where it had like a button down the bottom, not just like a tiny little one over here. And it was way nicer. It was way cooler. I don't think I have it anymore. No. No. But alright, well. I'm going to tentatively tick that off. Man. What are we at? 16.28%. We only have like 400 more spells to code. Nearly there. No. I only want to get through the first level spells. And then the next step will be working on first level features. So we'll be going by... Did that just say group by spell level? It did. Ew. Anyway. Wait, that's why that didn't work. Group by level view. There we go. Yeah, so that's it. We want to work through all of all the first level spells and then this. Features are going to be rough. I have a feeling they're going to be interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it there for the night because it is midnight. And I don't think I want to start trying to code another spell right now. My brain is really starting to struggle to hold on. But yeah. Anyway, if any of the 6 people that have been hanging out are actually real and alive, then fucking hit me with a like and subscribe, and we'll keep working on it next time. God. It's so much. It's so much. But it's so exciting. We're getting there. Anyway. Have a good one, everyone, and I will catch you next time, whenever that may be. See yous.